Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. So today on Facebook Live, we made this adorable little Christmas Scottie lip balm box. So it's got a little tuck tab close, and you can fit a chapstick or a lip smacker. I love to look for these after Valentine's Day and after Christmas. You can get the gift sets. These are after Valentine's Day, and get them really affordable. So keep your eyes peeled. Where do they have great gift sets? Go get them half price after Christmas. And then the next fun surprise is you can add a little message into the pocket behind. So this is one we did on live. If you don't like and follow our page on Facebook and hang out in our Kitchen Table Stamper Craft social, what are you waiting for? Get over there and make sure you like and follow and join the group. And now we're going to make this one. Both of these are highly focused on the awesome last chance list and sale and clearance rack. And the fun part about this is you can get almost all of the supplies that I'm using today on super discount. Let's start by making our box, our base for this project. And I'm going to use garden green this time. The other one is real red. There will be project sheets for both on the blog, kitchentablestamper.com, with full color photographs, measurements, supply lists, and you can print those right off. The link to the blog post will be below in the description, along with a shopping link for the sales. You're going to want to shop early while supplies last on these awesome clearance and last chance list. All right, in the project sheet, you'll also get a picture of my template. When I make a treat box, I always make a template and then photograph it and add it into the project sheet. It makes it so much easier for you to follow along when you do this at home. Our garden green cardstock is 5 by 7 1/4, and we're going to score at 3/8, 1 1/8, 3 7/8, and we're going to score at 4 5/8. And we're going to rotate. Let me move that aside once to the right, and we're going to score at 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 6, 6 3/4. We're going to do a little trimming here after we burnish the score lines. You'll notice on the template that this box can have a window. You can use, if you've got retired word window punches, there were so many that Stampin' Up did, or if you've just recently purchased the Cracker and Treat box, we did a series, you can use the little Cracker and Treat box windows. You want to put your window, not on the glue tab, but these 3 tabs that are all the same size, the center one, and then you can give a little peek at the treat that's inside if you like. We're going to use some of the amazing Designer Series paper. So the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper is on sale right now. It's part of the last chance list. It's 12 by 12. You get 12 double-sided designs, and it's $4.80. So with a little bit of planning ahead, you can do next year's Christmas cards and treats super affordable, and it is not too late to do some of these treats for this year. $4.80 for the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper, $3 for the faux linen real red ribbon. All right, so what we're doing is we're cutting out the 4 long rectangles here. We're going to cut straight along the score line, the inside, and remove these 2 big rectangles, the next 2 big rectangles, and then we're going to cut a slight angle and remove. Now we're going to switch it around so that the glue tab is facing you, and cut angles, and then remove the 2 small rectangles with another slightly angled cut. You want to cut all that soft scored folded cardstock right out. Now your tabs, the best way to do your tab is to go straight on the inside of the score. We're keeping both of these segments, and this is your fold, and then straight on the inside of the score. Then we're going to rotate, cut off half of this square, and then an angle to finish your inside flap. And then I'll make this angle a little bit more. It'll be much easier to tuck this closed if your little tabs are a bit smaller and angle cut. See, that angle leaves you more room to tuck your tab. Too big an angle and your box might be loose and fall open. So not too big, don't go too extreme. Let's show you again. So you're gonna go to the glue tab side now, and you're gonna cut half of this square, that's your inside flap, and then a small angle cut, get rid of that score line. Rotate and repeat. Last step, I like to round my little tuck tab, so I'm gonna grab my corner rounder. I use a little We Are chomper, and we're gonna fold so that we got easy access to that tab. Rotate, same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna fold again and do the other side of the tab. Just makes a nice neat finish, and it's a little bit easier to tuck closed. Going to set up so that the 2 1/4 inch section is to your left. Got liquid glue and tear and tape now. We're going to assemble the box with tear and tape, and we're going to adhere our designer series paper with liquid glue. I'm going to go all the way on the far edge of that largest tab on your left side. Remove the liner and fold up. Then turn it so that the glue tab is toward you, and you're going to fold on the third score. 1, 2, 3, fold up, and add more tear and tape on the glue tab. Now for our designer series paper, I'm using the Painted Christmas. Got 2 by 1.5, 2 5/8 by 5/8, 2 pieces. We're going to adhere the 2 5/8 pieces to the front and top panels using liquid glue. You just center them right in between the score lines. And then our 2 1/2 by 1.5 gets top, right, and left margins that are all equal. Peel the release, fold on that first score line, flatten the box, and burnish. Now you can pop it up, close one side, and we can add our treat. Mine's a strawberry lip smacker. Peppermint, the candy cane chapstick would be really good for this one. I don't have any of those left. All right, now let's do some stamping. I'm gonna slide the little box to the side. Christmas Scottie is a photopolymer stamp set, and I love to get a Scottie dog that is black, black, black. I want a very strong, dark black impression. I don't want it to be fuzzy. I don't want it to be incomplete. So I'm gonna use my Stamparatus. I'm going to line up so that I have room here for my bow and my ribbon. And I'm also going to line up according to the orientation of my punch. So let's slide the paper, and we'll audition the placement and slide the paper some more. All right, that's where I want it to stamp. Now let's put some magnets on the paper here. Be very careful. I've got 2 magnets here, and we're going to be super careful not to let them get too close to each other. They will, they're strong and they want to be together, so they will pull and they will smack and they will break. They could pinch you pretty bad too if your fingers are in between that collision. So be very careful with your Stamparatus magnets. Got Memento and my Scottie. Let's stamp. And now we're gonna re-ink. See how fuzzy it is? You see some of the texture from the ink pad. We're just gonna ink up again. Stamp again, a little bit. Another light coat, especially the front and the muzzle are still a little gray. And there is our really nice dark Scottie, and you notice I pushed my magnets to opposite directions. All right, now we need a Stampin' Pierce mat. I like to have the mini grid paper. You guys, if you don't have this, throw a pack on your next order. That'll keep your mat clean, and it's also really good for keeping all kinds of messes off your surface. We're gonna dress our Scottie up with garden green. Do some little accents. Love this ribbon stamp. I'm gonna stamp that in garden green. There's our ribbon and the bow. Let's get that little bow. Before you stamp the bow, pay attention to the orientation of the punch and where you're gonna come in and punch. I'm thinking this is gonna be the easiest to access right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna rotate my paper. Taking just a second to compare the paper you're stamping on with the orientation of the punch, and then deciding which way to stamp will save you lots of punching gymnastics. All right, that can go aside. We've cut a tag using the Tailored Tags dies. It's the tailor-made tags dies. This is the one we did. It's the smallest little clip top corner. I've got Merry Christmas, also from Christmas Scottie. I'm gonna do that in Memento, Tuxedo Black. Of course, the garden green would be pretty cool too, or real red. Gonna stamp that in between the stitches. Got a little room on the back, and you can say to Fred, love Ellen, if you want to, or you can add a little panel of white to the back where you could write a little Christmas greeting. All right, so we're using the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. It's $4.80 right now. And this linen ribbon, the real red faux linen ribbon, is a perfect pair. You'll notice I used it for the Valentine sample too. $3 a spool on the clearance rack. There's also real red double-stitched satin. So for your Christmas treats and your Valentines, run over to the clearance rack, grab a couple of spools of ribbon for just $3 a spool. That's a great price for the awesome quality and perfect match of Stampin' Up ribbon. All right, we'll tuck that into the pocket. Now we need to do some die cutting before we bring in our bits. Let me get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. We're going to do the heart and shimmer snowflake here, embellishments. These are both dies from the Celebrations Tags dies. So the tags are amazing, but the wingman dies, the hearts, snowflakes, balloons, birthday candles, the little greetings are awesome. This die set is on sale right now, $23.40. A very good value for a cool die set that has some really awesome wingman dies too. We've got real red cardstock and shimmer white. Let's give those a crank. Both of these cutouts are going to have some great stitch detail. I love that about it. There's this small heart. There's also a larger heart. So I have one of those cut from real red. Kind of an interesting shape, some cool stitch detail. And then let's show you the snowflake. My snowflake is stuck in the die. I've made a lot of these snowflakes. We're going to just give that a little push. And there is our stitched snowflake. Got my Scottie punch. Let's punch out the bow and the dog. And then we're going to fussy cut that ribbon. All right, there's our little ribbon. Let's glue it to the front of the box with some liquid glue. Now the ribbon's a bit longer than the box, so don't go from end to end. Just a little swipe across the bottom here. Stop before you get to that second curve. And adhere. I'm gonna do the snowflake now. Put it on one of the bottom points and glue it. Don't go past the bottom of the box. There's our little snowflake if you want to, once you know where you're definitely gonna put glue, you can lift and add a bit more adhesive. I tend to go a little bit less so that I don't make a mess with the glue, and then add more as needed. I love using the black Stampin' Dimensionals when I'm doing the Scotties. I also like them for the black and white paper, and we did our Valentine version of this treat with the black and white gingham. So the black Stampin' Dimensionals are my choice. I've got one for the bow. We'll put it right on our Scottie. And a half one for the heart. And we'll put that right on our snowflake. So cute. Couple of minis behind our Scottie here. Double dimensionals are always good on a treat. As our sweet little pup. Now, we've got the shimmer white cardstock, but what is a treat without a little sparkle? Don't forget to check the last chance list. These seasonal sequins are while supplies last, available while supplies last. I love, of course, for Christmas, red, green, white, golds. The white, red, and gold are awesome for Valentine's. We're gonna use the green ones here, a little contrast. And they're $7, available while supplies last. Now, our Christmas Scottie, if you've had your eye on the bundle, be sure at this stage of the game to skip the bundle and buy the stamps and the punch separately. The stamp set is $22 and the punch is on sale for only $13.30. So that when you buy them separately, you'll save over the bundle price. You have your Christmas treats and your Valentine's treats all covered. Now, one last thing before you go, maybe you don't want to do the same Christmas and Valentine treats, and that's okay. Be sure to subscribe to the Kitchen Table Stamper email list. At the end of December, we're going to have a brand new Valentine treat tutorial for you. This Christmas Scottie Valentine Hershey nugget holder will be going out exclusively to subscribers at the end of the month. All right, you guys, kitchentablestamper.com/email is where you can get signed up for that email. If there's anything that I can do to help you stay crafty, reach out. You can send email to marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. To shop Stampin' Up 24/7, check out that last chance list. Combined with the clearance rack, happy shopping and saving. Buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.